What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm joined by my great friend, you know him, you love him, Landon Morgan.
I have arrived.
And this week we're trying something different. We are exploring the MID A-hole page on Reddit, more specifically geared toward the tattoo community. These are people reaching out to the masses, wondering if they're wrong or if their actions are justified. And Landon, since we're both tattooers, I figured it would be nice to get an inside point of view rather than just the randoms on Reddit.
I'm here to let people know if they're assholes.
I think this will be a lot of fun, so let's check out this first one. All right, so this first one is titled MID A-hole for asking my fiance to remove her tattoo. What do you think, first impressions?
First impression, yes.
Yeah,
You're
right. I, 36 male, proposed to my now fiance, 36 female, 2 months ago, and we're still arguing about this. She was previously married to her husband that died 8 years ago in an awful car accident. Sometime soon after his death, she got a tattoo on her left hand ring finger with her initials and wedding date. We met and started dating 3 years ago, and she says she's ready to be married again, but she's not sure about wearing a ring over the tattoo, and she doesn't want the tattoo removed or covered up. I told her that keeping it visible like this is now a signal to everyone else that she doesn't take our relationship as seriously as she does her first marriage. She told me I'm the a-hole for trying to tell her what to do with her body and for doubting her when she says she wants to get married. But it's hard not to be doubtful sometimes, especially when it feels like she wants to remember her first husband more than she wants to be married to me.
Dude, I don't know if this is something that you look at, but like to me, tattoos are little bookmarks of our character. Like, you don't get to decide what somebody has on their body and what valuation they put on it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I agree for the most part, but I guess the location is weird. It's weird for him to want her to remove it, but if she is getting married again, that's where the ring belongs, right?
Yeah, but I mean, traditions.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little strange because, people are gonna see that like out in public. They're gonna see that she's got some sort of ring on her finger. So what if she were to get a tattoo elsewhere on another part of her body to remember him?
Yeah, that'd be that, but that's compromise. People don't communicate anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. It's like if these two people are coming together to want to celebrate their marriage or whatever, I feel like if he's gonna wear a ring, then again, she can do what she wants with it. She can wear it around her neck or whatever. But I don't necessarily think maybe she should remove it, but at least wearing the ring in this new marriage, right?
This is the value structure of marriage and the ownership of humans is kind of silly to me. So I guess I don't really have input other than you shouldn't tell people what to do with their bodies.
Yeah. I guess I do question if she's ready to move on. If she doesn't want to wear a ring on top of that, maybe they're not quite ready for it. But I definitely get your point and the wife's point about not wanting to remove something that was so meaningful to her. You know what I mean? And it's not like he's going to come back from the dead. And you know what I mean?
I think the marriage is just a bad idea. I think if you can't communicate and compromise, then and I don't know if that has any weight whatsoever because we're here to talk about tattoos.
Yeah.
Not about the sanctity of marriage.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think it might have been the best idea to put it on a ring finger. But again, I know that's like what she's going through during that time, especially that difficult time in her life. But maybe somewhere else could have been a better idea from the beginning, just so in case she did want to get married again, then it didn't come to this, But
agreed, That's why I mostly just put lovers' names on my...
That's where they belong. It's filling up now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they've been together for 3 years. So obviously he knew that was there from the beginning. As long as she didn't get it during their relationship, I guess, because that'd be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But I can't say that's ever happened to me personally. Like I've never had somebody die who I was with previously and then got into a new relationship. So I guess I can't really speak from experience. But it does seem like that. Again, maybe they're just not ready.
Logically, she'd probably still be with that person had he not died.
Right.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's an edit from the OP that says, some people have asked her about whether she wants to wear a wedding ring for a marriage or not, and the answer is she's gone back and forth on it. She said a couple times that we don't need rings to symbolize our love, and I call BS because if wedding rings didn't have symbolic importance, she wouldn't have gotten a tattoo on her ring finger.
That's a valid argument.
Yeah. But again, like you said, it's more the meaning of it. You know what I mean? It's more, it's less about the physical, like the rings. I know some people that are married that don't wear a ring at all, or they'll wear it on a necklace, whatever the case may be.
I know happy people who aren't married.
Yeah, right. They're generally happier.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, OP. It's unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to call you the a-hole on this one. Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. So for this next one, this one is titled, Am I the a-hole for getting mad my artist hid their initials in my tattoo?
Oh, no. I would slap the shit out of someone. Slap the ass out of someone. I would slap the dog pee-pee out of a person for that.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I know some tattooers out there that will not hide their initials or name in there, but like Mash Cow, he'll write Mash Cow in the tattoo, but you kind of know what you're getting when it comes to somebody like that.
His art. Yeah.
You're right, it's part of his art. But hiding their initials in there seems rather shady. It's kind of
some narcissistic behavior.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird.
So this one says, this is a short one, names changed for privacy. I went into a tattoo shop in my area with the photo of the tattoo I wanted. It was one my dad had gotten in honor of my past grandfather whose father also had it. But the point is, it was important to me that the tattoo looked exactly as it did in the photo. I get to the shop, explain everything, I pay, get the tattoo, and we're done, and it looks awesome, everything is great. Until a few weeks later when I show my great-grandmother the tattoo. She's static, grabs my arm to look at it and compliment it, then asks, who's AJ? Ruh-roh. I ask her what she means, and she points out to the tattoo where the initials A and J, or maybe T, were hidden into the tattoo. I'm instantly pissed, as my artist name is Alice Trevor. I thought, well, they said names changed, but hopefully that's not their actual name. She tries to assure me it's no big deal if I hadn't noticed till now, but I reached out to the artist, sort of irritated. They told me the style of art I got is called traditional, and it's pretty trad for all the artists who do that style to do it. I demanded a partial refund and they refused, so I complained to the owner who made the artist give me a full refund. Now the artist is running a full smear campaign talking about moving shops and all kinds of crap. My sister says I'm the a-hole for pushing the issue, but I feel like at the end of the day, I told you exactly what I wanted and you didn't do that. Am I the a-hole?
Nah.
No, not at all, right?
No, not even a little bit. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. If you're going to do something like that, you have to at least ask first if you're going to put your name on somebody else's body. That's a bit ridiculous. And I love the part how they said that style's called traditional.
That's called traditional.
And trad artists love doing that.
Out here. And by God, I love a branding.
I wish they kind of sent over the tattoo so we could see it.
I know,
I'd love
right?
to see it. I don't think they did though. Somebody says
Post pics, my dog.
Right, you got to. Somebody says, not the a-hole, and would even consider suing. They kind of branded you with their initials and they should get fired.
Oh, yeah. Suing, though, not really going to get you anywhere.
Right. You got a full refund. I mean, you know, now you got a tattoo out of it. You could at least maybe cover it, but if you didn't notice, and your grandma's the only one that noticed, I mean, maybe it's not that visible, so.
And we all have LLCs for a reason. Sue me.
Sue me, big
You can
boy.
have everything my company's worth.
It's not much.
It's not worth a lot.
So I'm going to read some of these comments. This one says, here's the thing. I worked in a tattoo shop for over a decade, and I can tell you no one that's a professional artist would ever consider hiding anything, much less their own name or initials inside someone else's tattoo. It's not trad, it's not normal, and it's not okay.
He's out here doing our job.
Right?
We should have got him to do this video.
I'm horrified some scratcher tried to pass this off as a thing. It's not a thing. I'm with some of these other commenters that OP should sue. Again, not really gonna sue.
Yeah.
It's not frivolous if someone branded their name on you without consent. Super uncool. Well, it's definitely uncool. Yeah, you can't be doing that. You can't be hiding your name or initials in somebody else's part of their body.
I already hit a few things in his back.
You know what? Oh, dang it. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely known some tattooers way back in the day that would like to hide phallic things in other people's tattoo, doing it as a joke, which is also not cool. But that definitely used to be a thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it was mostly just people accidentally making phallic things and then passing it off like they did something.
Like the finger waves.
My little sneaky.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can find almost in anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I did know this tattooer that
quite a few inside me.
I did know this tattooer that where the client asked for a mushroom, a textured sort of mushroom, and I saw the picture.
Straight up.
It was a peen.
Big old pain.
A little, but.
You see the baby arm one?
No.
There's like a realistic baby arm, and it looks like it's holding a thumb.
A finger? Yeah.
Yeah, but it like straight up baby hand holding it.
Yeah. I've seen that one out there.
It's rough.
That's rough. Which one would you rather have, a signed tattoo or the baby hand tattoo?
I mean, I'd get a signed tattoo before I got a baby hand.
Yeah, me too. What am I, Drake?
Hey-oh.
So another commenter says, I remember there was an episode of Ink Master where somebody had a piece with a clock face and the artist put their time of birth on it as some sort of signature. The judges ripped him up for it. Same basic principle. Tattoo artists shouldn't be signing a tat in any way without first discussing it with the client. Your artist definitely shouldn't have done this since it was particularly meaningful design for you.
I mean, but did the time in that tattoo matter? Who cares?
No, right.
That's just
but
something creative.
it's not as bad. Yeah. It's a little more creative.
Not the same.
But not the same, but it's still a little weird to me, you know what I mean, that you're hiding anything that has to do with you inside your tattoo. Not as bad, for sure.
I'm hiding my style in people's skin.
Yeah, your style, right, but not your, because it's just a little weird. It's just like now, somebody asks, what's the time for? Now you gotta be like, what's my tattoo artist birth date?
Or you could just be like, the time doesn't matter.
Yeah, especially going back to the original point, if somebody wants something in particular, especially if their dad had it and their grandpa had it and they want it exactly like that, I totally get the meaning behind it. You gotta kind of give them what they want. You can't make those last minute decisions like that.
They're the asshole.
So most definitely, the tattoo artist is the asshole in this case.
Full send.
Real quick, I want to take a break and give a shout out to the sponsor of this channel, Mad Rabbit. They are a premium tattoo aftercare company that has something for everyone. Whether you're a tattoo or collector, they've got you covered. So don't be an a-hole and keep your tattoos protected. Head on over to madrabbit.com and be sure to use code 2020 to save 20% off your entire order. All right, let's get back to it. All right, this one's a fun one. It says, am I the a-hole for refusing to tattoo an extremely overweight woman?
Initial thoughts? You're a bad person. You're a very bad person.
That's insane.
What? What the f?
Right, and then how did you even say that to her?
Yeah.
Insane. So I am a tattoo artist, and today a very large woman came in to get a geometric jewelry-ish tattoo on her stomach underboob area. We had discussed this tattoo over messages, but she had not mentioned her weight. Because it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Now weight normally isn't a huge concern, but this woman was huge. Her entire torso was just a series of folds, especially around her ribs in the middle of her stomach where the tattoo would be placed. Not only that, but under her various folds, there had definitely not been cleaned in a while. The smell was something else, he says. Yeah, this is getting juicy. I had already drawn up the tattoo, but upon looking at her torso, I decided it simply wouldn't be possible. The tattoo would either have to go into her dirty, smelly folds or skip over those areas, which means if she had lost the weight, there would be huge gaps in the tattoo. So I simply told her that I could not do the tattoo. She asked why, and I tried to explain to her as kindly as possible. I'm gonna pause right there because it doesn't seem like he's being very kind so far.
Yeah.
So I tried to explain to her as kindly as possible that because of her folds on her stomach that I would not be able to do a nice tattoo in that style, but we can go a different placement or do something more organic for that area. This is where she completely snapped at me, screaming into my face that I was fat phobic and just didn't want to do it because I found her gross and that an anorexic skinny hoe like me just didn't get her. I care a lot about making my clients feel comfy, but obviously I didn't want to do shit tattoos. I obviously triggered something in her and I feel really bad about it. I asked some of the more experienced artists what they do and they all agreed that I made the right call. Now this is where I think I might be the a-hole. Her whole tantrum made me really not want to work with her, so when she finally said that she'd do another design on her stomach, I refused. I told her that her behavior made me feel very uncomfortable and in my temperamental state that she should, by the way, go wash her folds before coming into a tattoo studio where cleanliness is top priority. So, am I the a-hole? Edit, I want to make it clear that this woman wasn't just regular sweaty or something, it was rancid, and I wouldn't doubt that you could find an infection within the folds, and her comment on my body really hit me hard since I am recovering anorexic.
This is an ugly situation.
So her comment made her feel really bad. Yeah, so the client's comment made her feel really bad about being skinny.
So many people getting triggered.
But the comment about her weight is okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay for you to say gross up things about somebody.
Insane things. And she said one little thing about you being skinny.
Oh my God.
And now you feel bad. So I mean, come on here. The hypocrisy is insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
You make it work.
You're the asshole for sure.
Without a doubt.
But also, like I do understand like the idea of like trying to design something based on somebody's body. That's fair, but like this is like that's not in any way, shape, or form an appropriate way to go about that.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody not be able to get the tattoo they want because of their weight. You know what I mean? If you want some jewelry, under boob, under carriage tattoo, like find a way. You know, if she has to come back another way because you have to redesign it, so be it. You know what I mean? There's always a way. Yeah. But for you to like say all these nasty things is just insane, and you definitely get what's coming to you.
Then, then devil's advocate, if these things are true, that client needs to deal with some hygiene issues for sure.
Sure.
But to talk shit like that is deeply fucked up.
Absolutely, and that just makes all the tattooers look bad. You know what I mean? It doesn't look good on anybody when somebody like that says something.
Yeah.
The first comment says, not the a-hole. You gave her professional advice and she attacked you verbally. Good riddance.
You're a douche turd. Whoever you are, commenter.
This comment says, not the a-hole. You're an artist, and if the canvas is such that it would leave your artwork looking shoddy, I can understand why you'd hesitate to do it or outright refuse to do it. Also, she was extremely rude to you. I think you have the right to refuse further service on a usable surface of her body. Plus, body odor revulsion is a real thing, and she wasn't even considerate enough to come to the appointment clean. Which again is kind of like hearsay. It's like, was she really that smelly or was it not? Or was that just was the original tattooer being the asshole again?
I feel like based on the way it was written, they were just exaggerating.
Yeah, to try and defend themselves.
Yeah, to try and justify being
Again, I mean, I've been tattooing 24 years almost. I've never ran across any type of body where it became an issue in the work, or again, it's like it didn't have to escalate to this point. You got to figure it out. And she was down to get another tattoo, so if you were nice about it in the beginning, she would have been down to get something else if that's really what you wanted to do. It didn't have to come to this. Now, if the artist wasn't exaggerating and there really was some smells coming out of the body, you can very nicely say that they have to go home and wash first before the appointment. But again, I just feel like they maybe use the wrong words or something like that, because nobody should be getting mad about this.
No.
I've had stinky feet in my face that were terrible, but it's like, hey, go home and, wash your feet. We'll come back another day.
I had a client one time who smelled really bad, and I just, the way I navigated it was, look, man, it's a hot day outside. You rode your bike here. Hop in the bathroom, do a little hobo bath, because I'm about to be really intimate with your body.
Right.
It's no big deal.
Yeah. But you still got the tattoo done.
They were super oh, yeah. But I was like, they just smelled really bad.
Yeah. I think we've all probably dealt with a smelly client for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Light a candle maybe.
A little essential oil under the nose.
Yeah. There's ways around it, people. But it seems like that most of the commenters in this page are saying that they're not the asshole. Almost every single one says they're not the asshole, which is insane to me.
Yeah, that's insane to me. But they're not tattooers. And they're not empathetic people.
Right. Yeah, the world of Reddit can be ruthless.
I stay far away from that shit.
Yeah. Not the asshole. You tried to be kind and it was rejected. I don't know where they're reading that they were kind, because this just seemed like it wasn't kind to begin with. Like, sorry, your body weight isn't ideal, so we can't do that tattoo.
You disgusting, slovenly creature.
And you smell bad and there might be infections in there. It's like, come on.
I don't want to touch your bed sores.
I think she had every right to call you that after being...
Yeah, I would have called you a
So even though everybody says that you're not the a-hole, I think Landon and I agree here that you are the a-hole.
You're the a-hole.
But guys, let us know what you think in the comments. Is the tattooer the a-hole in this situation? I'm curious to know. But let's check out one more. This one is titled, Am I the a-hole for repeating a tattoo design?
This is going to be a tricky one. Depends on if it's your design or not.
Depends if it's flashy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's your design, so I did something recently, but I did change it up a bit. I did a set of gold teeth on this client who wanted a set of gold vampire teeth. So it was the client's idea, but then somebody else wanted that tattoo, and I said, maybe we could make it silver. So I did use a same reference, but when it came to the gold tattoo, I made it gold myself. I drew all the gold on top of it. I just used plastic vampire teeth. So it was essentially, we'll call it my drawing. With the silver one, everything was changed up a bit. I didn't make it gold. I didn't have the same shadows in there or anything like that. It was just a very similar looking style tattoo. Now, if somebody else wanted a gold set of teeth, I literally ordered off Amazon a set of 10 vampire teeth so I can take different perspective pictures of it, right? But again, if it's a flash tattoo, that's what flash is for. You're meant to do the tattoo over and over and over again. You can change things up if you want, but it is a flash tattoo. If it's a custom design that the client wanted and you tattooed that, would they still be able to tattoo that design? Just how it is?
No.
Right.
In the same vein of story that you told, I have flash designs that I let people book, and sometimes I'll mess up and do the flash design on somebody else before the other person. And I recently had somebody like get pretty pissed about that.
Yeah.
But the thing with that is like, even if I did it, I would draw a different version of it.
Right.
And make it cool and different, but you're mad. So now I'm like, oh, well, shit. I don't want to do that tattoo again.
Yeah, but that's almost like, I mean, it was your flash to begin with,
It was
right?
my flash to begin with.
So it's not
but
like it was the client's idea.
I don't like repeating designs.
Sure, right.
But I do like doing similar veins of things to see if I can make things cooler.
Absolutely. But I think their anger would be more justified if it were their idea, you know what I mean? But anyway, so this says, my workplace is pretty split and I'm having trouble having empathy or understanding the big deal in all this. So I thought I would ask for some outside opinions. I've been in the tattoo business for a short while, a little bit over 2 years excluding my apprenticeship. So I guess compared to some other people, I can still be considered new to all the ethics that come with tattooing. The problem at hand was when I met the client and she came in for a consult, we basically went over what she wanted for a tattoo. These pictures weren't tattoos, they were pictures of churches, angels, and birds. Just a whole bunch of things. During the consultation, she didn't even know how she wanted anything to be placed, just that she wanted a combination of these features, and I ended up having to change some of the inspiration she showed to better fit her vision. It took me about 7 sketches to get exactly what she wanted. I just want to make it clear that this was not an imitation of something online, it was a whole new design that I'd made. I gave her the tattoo and she was extremely happy with it. I asked for permission to put it on my portfolio, basically on my social media, and she said yes, and life went on. I had another client that came in requesting the same tattoo I'd done previously and obviously explained that it couldn't be done exactly the same, but I would try to replicate it to the best of my abilities. The client trusted me and I definitely did the same exact tattoo. She loved it and I decided to post it on my Instagram story with the text, "Did it again." The first client I did the tattoo on didn't even text or DM. She came directly to my workplace the next day and basically screamed my ear off for giving her tattoo to another person. I got to the point where my coworker had to calm her down while I went to another room because nothing I said reassured her. I just don't really feel like I did anything wrong, especially since this was my design. I would understand if she was the one who made the design. Plus, the person who received it the second time from me could have received it from another artist. Am I the a-hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have changed it.
Right, especially since you mentioned
That's
it in
lazy.
there.
Yeah, that's lazy as
Absolutely. You got to change it up a little bit. It could be
Jesus
because I think people, when they want a tattoo that they see online, they love the imagery of it. They don't necessarily want line for line. They just love how it looks, the aesthetics of it. So you could have changed it up almost completely different, but still had that same aesthetic, and they would still love it all the same. And you wouldn't have this mad client coming in the shop.
I would be pissed if I got a custom piece that got repeated.
Absolutely.
Like, what if I tattoo your back on somebody else's back?
Yeah, that'd be wild. I mean, I'm not gonna get mad because that's the kind of person I am, but it would be really strange, you know? It would be like, why didn't he just change it up to something else?
Bit.
Same concept, it could have a lot of the same imagery, but just different. So let's check out some of these comments. This first one says, you know damn well you should have not done that tattoo. You were commissioned for an original unique piece. It should not be repeated for someone else. If I saw this done, not a chance I'd get work done by you. Someone requested a painted version on canvas of my chest tattoo and the artist had the sense to first reach out to me and ask if I was cool with it. You have a lack of respect for your clients. Regardless of the legalities that people are sure to bring up here, it's heavily frowned upon in the tattoo community. You're the a-hole.
Lazy bitch.
Yeah, that was awfully lazy. I don't think OP realizes what they've done. They kind of just ruined the reputation before they even had one. One review from the first client saying the OP is a photocopier and doesn't mind recycling custom designs, and that's it. Nobody wants anyone like that inking them on the risk that their tattoo gets placed on someone else later. And if she does post a review, that reflects on the shop as well, for letting OP do the tattoo while knowing it was a copy of another one. Yeah, I think no matter who I read in here, everybody is saying that they're the a-hole.
They are, in fact, the a-hole.
We gotta agree with them.
Gotta agree. The consensus survey says.
Yeah, right. And you could have at least reached out to the client that got it, asking if they're okay with replicating it, and chances are they probably would have said no, and then you would have to redesign it. You're an artist after all, right? Do your job.
I don't want to draw. I'm just a baby. I don't want to draw.
And I mean, they sat down and had a consultation beforehand. You know, she brought in the references and they made this together. It was a collaboration at that point.
It's an exchange. That's what tattooing is.
So it's not flash, it's something that she had wanted and these ideas that she had wanted. So it's not the tattoo artist's place to replicate that by any means.
To be fair, she can, and she did, but it makes you an a-hole.
Right. This other commenter says, you're the a-hole. If it had been a design you drew and posted in general, I would say that it's free game to repeat. If you designed it for a person, you don't get to copy it. You can do similar one for somebody else, but doing the exact same thing is an a-hole move.
Yeah.
Gotta agree.
I've definitely taken elements of past drawings and incorporated them into new things.
Right. And it's like
That's
your
not-
style,
yeah.
but it's not just copying it, line for line.
And I have like reusable elements that I've drawn, like a folder
Sure.
of like moons and suns and shit that I've drawn that I can stick into things. But
So, going back to Flash, that if you drew it, you made it before anybody else had their input on it, you'd say that's absolutely okay.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
But so the Flash that you were talking about before, where you had replicated that Flash, was that those are just one-off pieces?
Well, I didn't replicate it, but it was something that I had done, but somebody else was on the books for it.
Gotcha.
And I usually, when it's like pre-drawn designs on my page, it's usually like one-off.
Yeah, and they're aware of that when they book it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
But if it's like a Flash page I drew, like people need to know that I'm gonna do those designs a few times.
Yeah. So I think that's probably something that clients need to know about, or potential tattoo clients need to know about. That if it does say Flash, it does have the chance of becoming replicated.
Yep.
If it's pre-drawn Flash, that's what Flash is.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah, just copying the same tattoo as somebody else, that's not a good look for you.
No.
So I think it's safe to say for the both of us that you, in fact, are the a-hole.
Ding, ding, ding.
So anyway, I had a lot of fun with this. I don't know how you felt about it, but I think this was a nice change of pace. It's that we got to sit and talk about this and have a good conversation and really find out that the world of Reddit is a crazy place.
I'm not a big fan of the internet world, so peering into it with you.
It was interesting. It was a good time.
It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below if we should do this again. Let us know your thoughts. If there's something you guys would like to see or hear about, we're here for it. And of course, before you guys go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and please go follow Landon at...
Don't do that. Don't plug me. It's fine.
We're doing it anyway.
It's Tattoos by Landon. Thank you, Landon, once again for joining me. I know the people love you. They love to see you on the show. You had a lot of good comments last time. It was a good time.
And then I came back and I said, you don't get my voice again. You don't get to have it.
I think that's what they loved about you, was the soft-spoken...
And now I'm like, yeah, what up, bro?
So maybe not as many nice comments this time.
No. I can't lull you to sleep with my
Not that
broken
voice. No, I'd go to sleep and have nightmares. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.
Bye.